Greetings and salutations from Pandora the Eclectic, also known as Pandora the Eclectic One, and today we get to argue with a real feminist, i.e. Laci Green.
Babe, I am no stranger to dirty words. I mean,
Yeah, Laci Green, everybody. Yes, Laci Green of Sex Plus, who, as you know, identifies as feminist. As, oh, yeah, that dirty word, as she's mentioning here, decided to do a video basically not understanding why people don't identify as feminist. Anyways, as I go, I was kind of inspired to do this through Monday Matt's video. He talked about his point of view of this, and I'll be honest, I'm doing this video because frankly, this sort of video just kind of pisses me off because, well, you'll find out. Proceed, Laci.
I teach sex ed. Sometimes I say penis or vagina. And no word is so dirty as feminism. Say anything about it, and suddenly I'm a feminazi and being compared to Hitler. Laci Green teaches sex ed, wants equality. Hitler, dictator, killed 6 million some people. Oh, okay, makes sense. No, it doesn't. Being a feminist is very
I think people forget Hitler used to be very, very charismatic. So, Laci?
simple. It just means I believe in gender equality. And that's it. That is literally 100% it. Truly.
Okay. First of all, no, it fucking doesn't. It has nothing, well, very little to do with it. In fact, let me stay for it. Right, I even have the definition of which I will read off of. It's an article from Wikipedia, which I think 95% of people reference anyways. Because you can back that shit up anyways. However, feminism is a collection of movements and ideologies aimed at defining, establishing, and defending a state of equal political, economic, cultural, and social rights for women. This includes seeking to establish equal opportunities for women and in education and employment. Did I also say it's for women? However, she has this nice little checklist, or feminist checklist, which says women are human, women deserve political, social, and economic equality. Yeah, women of different backgrounds have different needs to address. Yes, however, that does not qualify you to be a feminist. Yes. It's just that. A movement fighting for equality for women. Okay?
It's not so simple, Laci. I mean, everyone's hating on feminism. Like, it's actually kind of scary. They have torches and stuff. It's homemade. Throughout the past few days.
Yeah, just don't go out the back door, sweetie.
The media has led a very successful attack on feminism.
It's not a good word.
Okay. As as much as I think the political right wing are a bunch of assholes, first of all, do you really think, and as she referenced it to this part, she references, like, I don't know all these people, I know one has to do with Fox News, but, that's like, basically, fishing, uh, I guess it's, shooting fish in a barrel, and we'll also add the idea that one of those fish are actually stupid enough to jump up. So, way to go, Nancy Green. Not Nancy Green. Laci Green. I can probably say there is a Nancy Green.
Bad word.
She is a direct counterpoint to the liberal feminist agenda for America. I could not be more pleased.
And basically what feminism is delivered is angry women and feminine men. There is a reason why feminists tend to be uglier and fatter. I'm just saying, when you look at your African Women's Studies professor, it's...
Now, the person you're hearing there is also Aaron Clary. I know him. I actually kind of like him. Because even though I'm not big on everything going back to the traditional values that our country once had, I didn't mind it as much as hearing it from him. Not, most of the time he talks about that. If it had been more for... I don't see anyone on the liberal side. We'll just put it that way. No one on the liberal side seems to be here. I'm sure there could be. Yeah, I can't wait till you see someone like... I hate saying this, but Amazing Atheist. I sometimes have seen him be kind of on the side of feminism. And yeah, we get it already, Laci. Lots of people blame feminism for everything, even though it's not necessarily to blame for every single solitary thing. However, it's a huge part of the problem in this country. Because not only do you guys continue to demand and demand and demand and demand more and more and more things, you also demand things that you already fucking have. So it's like, how to put it? It would be the same as, oh, here's a good example. Huh? If I asked my brother for 20 bucks, and by the way, I don't have any siblings, for 20 bucks, and he said it was only good for 30. Hey, well, let's see. I already took 2/3 of what he already owns. He already has. But let's just stop there. Let's just keep going. And then later on, I asked him for $10. Well, yeah, that's exactly what feminism has turned into. Yeah. Anyways.
Interesting ending men, if that's really what they want.
Could it be said
Blah, blah,
that
blah, blah, blah.
properly
Equality. First, they deny that gender inequality still exists. Then,
Much like all other feminists who deny misandry. Okay? You deny that exists. Much like, and I hate pointing fingers at anyone who's conservatives, because the point is not to point at you, but we're just using it again as an example. There are people out there who deny not gender equality for men. Gender equality, but sorry. Well, yeah, gender equality for men, or gender inequality that even exists for men, or the ozone layer might be due to climate change. Now, how it works that way, I don't know. I want to do my own little science experiment and see. Not for anything to destroy it. I don't want to do that. Let's see. The fact that lots of people deny, any rights to any person or any group. Because, basically, unless you're an established group that has been around since forever, and I hate telling you this, feminism has been around since, oh my god, way longer than it ever should have been in this country. Okay. But in some cases, it stays because people need it. Okay?
They paint feminists as walking stereotypes. They cherry pick the extremists and they're like, this.
Yes. Yeah. They cherry pick them as stereotypes. Because, sometimes, Laci, sometimes a group of people, regardless of race or color, tend to, I don't know, live up to that said stereotype. In fact, it doesn't even have to be that. It might actually just be the goddamn truth. And you people don't want to deal with it. Anyways, moving on.
Feminism, look how radical it is. Okay, true. In some ways, feminism is pretty radical, but only in the sense that it's radical to
You know, when we established feminist, last time I checked, I thought feminists didn't want to be considered pretty. So, I like to go with very radical. That'd be closer. And less sexist, I guess.
stand up for equality. Intentional distortion of feminism is nothing new. In fact, it's been around since feminists first organized. Sadly, those messages have managed to penetrate the cultural psyche, and now people are scared to call themselves feminists. There are three pervasive myths about feminism that I would like to punch in the genitals. Actually, that's like a little bit too violent for me. I would like to delicately thrust into the public eye. Myth number one: feminists are man-haters, man-hating it up in their anti-man cave. I'd be lying if I said that beneath my bubbly exterior there isn't a bubbly pit of anger. I'm angry.
Yeah, she goes on in a really weird fashion after this point. And yeah, if you watch the video, which I will link below, talks about the suffragettes and stuff, and all the stereotypes of a feminist or something like that. Which, you know, I hate telling people this. We do the same with men. I mean, God only knows, anytime someone goes against their stated gender, right, they basically get slandered with, okay, men who hate women. Oh, well, he must be gay. And the problem is, it doesn't really work, because unless he hates all women or anything, basically doesn't matter. The fact that it's female, well, no. As long as it's human and female, stay away. Human and male, awesome. Why? Don't really know. Just how it's done. But it has to be pretty consistent. Sorry to bring that up, but I'm just using it as an example. Anyways.
About inequality, but that's hating sexism, not men as a whole. I mean, babe, come here. Am I a man hater? Okay, don't answer.
Okay. I have to admit, I hate this goddamn part of the video too. I don't have a problem with boyfriends being in anyone's video, but this part where she makes her boyfriend say, and you're gonna hear it.
I think guys get defensive because we benefit from sexism. We're used to having women validate our opinions, so when it's a woman that challenges our view of the world, it's easy to take it personally.
Myth number two: I'm a humanist, not a feminist. Humanism is the belief that humans should focus.
And I'm sure she's getting this part wrong, but I'll look it up. Because part of me feels like, you know, if you can't get the definition of what feminism is, I better define it. So, okay. Alright. And basically is a philosophical movement. Anyways, humanism is a philosophical and ethical stance that emphasizes the value and agency of human beings, individually and collectively, and generally prefers critical thinking and evidence, rationalism, empiricalism over established doctrine, or faith, also known as Fideism. Now, what Laci said was she's over 15 minutes.
Focus on alleviating each other's suffering instead of relying on gods or religions or supernatural powers to do that for us. It's not the same thing as feminism. Saying I'm a
Yeah, it has nothing to do with feminism. It's like this, kind of like what she said, and basically it's almost like, well, I hate to point fingers. I don't know if I can argue for all atheists about this, but yeah, this is what a lot of atheists tend to go for, and you go for basically this movement that's and fighting for the right to be seen as and not needing a god to do all your thinking for you. Now, of course, I'm a Christian, and there's nothing wrong with being a Christian, I guess. I could probably be a humanist if I wanted to, but I don't know if I can be a humanist and a Christian at the same time. I think that requires me leaving my faith, probably. But yeah, I guess it's more like, yeah, I guess it could be. But anyways, this is not about me, it's about Laci and her bad word.
Linkety blank blank, not a feminist, basically erases the issue of gender. It sweeps it into this huge landscape of
No, honey, it wouldn't. It really wouldn't erase the issue of gender. In fact, actually, when you think about it, we could actually go and be more reasonable because when you think about it, I try to think of how television would be like if we didn't have everything to do with feminism. If a character, male or female, got punched in the face, we'd still feel bad for that character, or in some cases we would laugh because it was meant to be funny. That's how it was supposed to be taken. Um, Another side to this little issue is there would be, I guess a lot of women wouldn't be in school right now because tons of women are going to college and getting the education that they need. Another thing is far more men would be in college right now because, yeah, and and we'd have more people going into STEM fields. That's to actually fix a lot of the issues we got going right now. Why? Because that's just how men are geared. I don't know why that is. I would love to understand that as well. Well, because I don't know why other gender does this. So, but it seems to be more popular. Anyways, continuing with the F word.
human issues, which are all equally important but markedly different. It also erases the entire historical movement that is feminism. People also get mad that the movement would have the audacity.
Actually, I disagree. Not having to do anything with feminism is not erasing anything that our foremothers ever did for us. Basically, in my opinion, is moving on with history. We look at it, we go, okay, look at what our foremothers fought for and did for us. And in honor of that, can we keep these rights? It's, at the same time, it's not just that, it's more, we live in a country where basically it says everyone's rights are to be taken care of, not just so-and-so. Even though technically our forefathers would just add it. Well, actually, it's hard to say. I don't know if our forefathers were sexist or racist, though it does say in the Constitution, as such, only these groups of people are going to have things this way. Just how it is. It's just like gay rights and tons of other movements and groups and such. But trust me, not being a feminist is not going to kill you, right? If anything, it just removes guilt that no one needed to have.
To reference women in the title. Part of this anger is ew, girl stuff. Another part of it is feeling like feminism is only for women. Feminists focus mostly on women because it's
right.
who are hurt by sexism. Men are hurt by sexism too, in sneaky ways, which is why feminism is...
Okay, yeah, this is another thing I hate about feminists, when they say men are hurt by sexism in sneaky ways. Yes. As if the men don't know. So basically, she's going to talk about patriarchy. Okay. First of all, don't get me wrong, there are men who will hurt men, who stand up for protecting other people, regardless. But there isn't a great big group of men, with the exception of our Senate. Now, mind you, most of them are, stay with me, cisgender, white, rich, old men. Okay? That's it. They do not care. Oh, yes, and straight. I'm sorry to mention that. But I decided to leave that out because technically it's not that they're all this way, but a large majority is. That's just how we look at it. A lot of them are. We don't hate them for doing that. There's nothing wrong. Well, I kind of look at it as, well, some people want to go and become politicians. Some people don't. And guess what? That's okay. And no one, including feminists, should be telling women or anybody what they can and cannot do with their lives. Because God knows I don't want to be president of any place, of any kind. I think I'm just happy for breathing and living in this country. And that's about it right now. I wish to do better, but let's just get that in first. Oh yeah, another F word.
movement for everybody. And number 3, I'm not a feminist, but insert feminist opinion here. Whenever my friends do this, I just want to be like, your feminism right now. Feminism, fully loaded. I'd love to see a world where there are no more, I'm not a feminist, but instead I would just like a world full of actual fun. Do that? Go, people. J.K. Rowling once wrote that fear of the name only increases.
Okay, she's talking about Voldemort. Voldemort. And yeah, the reason why you feared it was because you didn't know if I was going to summon him there or not. It's like, I'm going to do something interesting right now. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And since I was such a superstitious idiot, since I'm a Christian, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And he's back to the netherworld. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, honey, people don't fear the word feminism. They find it, I find it patriarchal. I find, and being a feminist and myself, or having to do with feminism, as being more sexist and separationist and all you can think of. Every word under the sun, and that is segregating everybody out. Because yes, there are some groups of feminists, according to Monday Matt, according to him, where yeah, men can't join. And it's definitely meant to just take care of the rights for women. That's it. And last time I checked, we only make up like half the population. What you wouldn't want to do, this current wave of feminism wants to try and do, is go to being the majority. You want supremacy and control over all people now. And for what reason? Basically, to rewrite history. Since they did it to us, let's do it to them. See? Equality. Now isn't it? I swear, I took a 4-minute video and took it out to be like almost 30 minutes. Wow, I feel really, this really pisses me off.
Fear the thing itself. By actually calling ourselves feminists, we align ourselves with the great legacy of equality, this epic movement of women and men who made it possible for us to be where we're at today. By calling ourselves feminists, we stand up to the misogyny and ignorance that has undermined that history. We remind others that feminists are simply people who believe in equality of the sexes, who want to see a more just world.
Okay. Laci, if feminists believed in that, then why do we have places where pretty soon they're gonna have nothing but, women only eating establishments where men cannot go in, cannot join, cannot have any sort of conversation with them? Two, I think would be, why do we have places? Oh, yes. Why is it a lot of feminist a lot of music, and oh yes, why is it people like Katy Perry are not feminists? Because to me, I kind of feel like of all women to be feminist, Katy Perry should be a feminist because goddamn, and bitch, she got some big tits. Yeah, I got some nice ones, but sheesh, I got some nice rounded things. And wanna know why that is? We really want to know. It's because you guys have gotten so toxic towards not only men, but women as well. I mean, I hate saying that it's okay to do this to men because it's not, but it looks pretty goddamn bad when not only the group that you're supposed to be protecting is, that you're not supposed to be protecting, is getting hurt because, yeah, guys, if you're trying to be a feminist, you might as well deal with the fact that it's going to be relatively hateful to you. Because that was the whole freaking point. This whole movement was to get men out of the place of our society and whatever. But anyways, sorry, I want this, but to establish rights for us. That's all this is. Establishing rights for us so we don't have to fear men. But, so the fact that we are hateful to them, we beat them up, we harm not only the men, which again I am sorry for, we harm the women as well. So, to that, of which I say, hell no, and press on with another few minutes left.
And there's nothing dirty about that.
Everything but the butts. Anyways, as you can tell, I really fucking hate this video, and I I'm fed up with them. So as you know, and have probably heard me debate like 1,050,000 friggin' times. Thanks. Is already. And I continue to champion on because it's getting old. Real fast. It's also a movement that eventually will be dying out. So, thank God Almighty. Anyways, I'll conclude with that because this has been 30 minutes of a video that I didn't expect to do. And I better get in bed because I got a doctor's appointment at 7 in the morning and I'm going to be pretty darn tired if I don't get off here. Anyways, thank you and keep it frosty.